Hello and welcome back to another coding session with Mr. Jacob. Today we won't do something pixel engine wise or terminal wise, but we will develop a little application or start to develop a little application which I want to actually have, and a quick Googling did not yield any results. So I decided to create it myself. What I want is a mod player in my menu bar, which is capable of playing tracker music, so the retro style music you know from Amiga, C64s and the like, which is kind of made today as well, but mostly all the tracks that we have come from this kind of era. Are in this kind of style, and I like to hear that music and to listen to that music when I'm working, when I'm coding, because it kind of is the perfect background music for me. And I want a simple player which lives in my macOS menu bar, which you currently can't see because it's not part of the recording window. I will change that once we come to the part where we implement this menu bar thingy. But what I want there is a simple menu bar app which shows a little window with play and pause and skip and buttons, and as you might imagine, and I want it to play those mods which I give it from a kind of directory. Let's assume that first I can open a directory and it will simply randomized play those mods. And that's for now what I want, and that's what I'm going to implement. Today, we will want to kind of bootstrap this application. I want to use Tauri, which is the Rust equivalent of Electron. So it is more or less a browser wrapper, which gives you the means to create a browser window from within Rust and then have a web application kind of running there, which then communicates with your Rust backend. And there are neat features integrated which allow this communication to be quite seamless and easy, so that you can actually implement a Rust application with a front end written in the web application stack. I actually want to use that for the front end for this menu bar app, and I'm going to use the libopenmpt in the back end kind of. So this is what will play the mods in the end, because libopenmpt is at least to my knowledge, the de facto standard when it comes to open and play tracker music these days. So I've done only a little bit of research there. There seems to be a quite recent libopenmpt sys binding which someone created for Rust, which is kind of a nice thing. It's a very rudimentary binding, so it's more or less only running Rust bindgen on the C library and building up a Rust wrapper around that stuff. And I guess we will need to create some sort of wrapping for ourselves to be able to properly use that. But for now, for today, I hope that we get to a point where we have a bootstrap Tauri application which has a button which allows us to kind of open up a mod file, and then this mod file starts playing. That is actually everything I want to do today, because I think that is already enough. And I haven't used Tauri in years, actually. The last time I've used Tauri was a video on this channel where I actually put my ray tracer application, so this thing here, ray tracer XYZ. So this thing here, this ray tracer shell, which actually is ray tracing live this image here according to the specification you provided here, and displays it. I put that in a Tauri shell kind of to make it an application, and that's actually a video on my channel. By the way, if you are new to the channel, this ray tracer and the development of it is on this channel as well. It actually it was my first video series. And just go to raytracer.xyz if you want to play around with it. This actually is a WebAssembly compiled version of the ray tracer. So, but that only to tell you when I've last used Tauri, which is quite a time ago, and libopenmpt actually I've actually never used, I guess. No, I don't remember. I have actually never used this, but I guess we will somehow get this working. So yeah, we should get started. There was kind of a need get going guide somewhere here in the Tauri documentation somewhere, guides getting started. So maybe we should just take a look at the getting started guide, setting up. There was something like quick start, maybe. Yeah, something like that. And you could simply choose your framework of choice. I guess we might want to use Next.js, or do we simply do HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Maybe let's see how this Next.js setup goes, because I guess it's quite easy there. Okay, so create the front end. npx create next app. So it seems that we are simply creating some sort of basic next app here. So let's maybe just start out like that. I've already created a directory here and decided on a name. I guess I will name this application RetroPulse. So let's see if we can actually do what the system wants here. Let's first of all check which node version I'm using actually, or let's more or less specify that. So we want a v20 Node.js, come on, nvm use. Okay, so now let's call this command. Yes, I will install. What is your project name? It's RetroPulse. Would you like to use TypeScript? Yes, I would. Would you like to use ESLint? Yes, I would. Would you like to use Tailwind? Yes, I think I would. Would you like to use the source directory? The default is no. Okay, so let's stay with the no here. Would you like to use app router? Yes. Customize the default import alias? No. Okay, so actually now, what does the system tell us here? We should exclude information via the tsconf. Okay, we can do that. Okay, that did it. Oh, it did. Okay, so let's just mv retropulse to... Let's just rename this to old. And now let's move retropulse to here, and now let's remove retropulse old, because I have unintentionally created a subdirectory there which I didn't want to create. Okay, so let's see now the tsconfig here. So where is the exclude? There is the exclude, and it wants us to add what? Source Tauri. Okay, I guess there will be generated a Tauri source folder then. Okay, static exports. Yeah, that actually kind of makes sense. So that we configure Next.js to not use its dynamic server system, but to generate dynamic, so to generate HTML and JavaScript files instead of using its rendering server, which can do server-side rendering and stuff like that. We can't do all of that in Tauri because we will only be displaying a page there. But I guess that is all right. So output should be export. So let's do that. Output export here. Nice. Let's save this. Okay. Create the Rust. Now we are creating the Rust project. Okay, so it seems that we are installing. Okay, so we install the Tauri dependencies via npm. Okay, yeah, I guess we can do that. And then, yeah, okay, Tauri, we can do that as well. Let me quickly add that so that we have a script here which is Tauri, and Tauri calls Tauri or Tauri. I'm not 100% sure how this actually is pronounced. So okay, and then we will init it. npm run Tauri or Tauri init. Yeah, that actually is starting already. Maybe it's this comma, I'm not sure. I definitely forgot an I there. What did it actually complain about? Okay, it was this comma there. What is your app name? Retropulse, yes. What should the window title be? Retropulse, maybe in camel case. Where are your web assets relative to file that will be created? Yeah, wait, to the current dear source Tauri conf JSON. So it will be one level before that and it will be out. Because by default, I guess Next.js generates into the out folder. What is the URL of your dev server? Localhost 3000. Yeah, that's all right. I think that this will be created. What is your front-end dev command? I actually don't know. Let's go with the default here and the build command. Okay. Yeah, so make sure to adapt this to use the package manager of your choice, which is npm in our case, actually. Okay. So now we should have stuff like that, and we should have an entry point, I guess, and we should have a Tauri conf, and it tells us that we should be able to run npm run Tauri dev. Okay, let's do that. Npm run Tauri dev. Okay, it's doing things, compiling Rust, starting the Next.js server. Okay. Okay, so it seems it created our application here. This seems to be the application window. So yeah, nice. Okay, so we scaffolded that. Yeah. So that is actually the part we will be interested in later, which allows you to have back-end front-end communication between the client window and the primary window. I guess the next thing that we now need to do is we need to somehow integrate or load up this libopenmpt sys thingy. So this is now our JavaScript application. Is this a full-fledged... This seems to be a full-fledged Rust application there. So I guess it should be possible for me. First of all, let me open this folder up in my trusty Visual Studio Code here. Let's make things bigger for you to properly read. I guess something like that. And now let's see. I guess what I want is something like Zen mode, first of all. And then I guess I want to go into the cargo toml file. Yes. And it's simply called app here, a Tauri app. Can I actually change that? I think I want to change this. This is retro. How did I actually call this? Retropulse. Yeah. Decided on the name and then instantly forgotten again. Maybe it's not that good of a name. So a simple menu bar mod player. Authors are this person here. License will be MIT license. Repository will be github.com/ and it will be HTTPS, and it will be Jacob Westhoff / Retropulse. It's not existing at this moment, but we will see default run app. Yeah, I guess so. Rust version. Maybe we should kind of make this higher, or does Tauri then not work any longer? We will see. For now, I guess we can simply see that we install this. What was it called? libopenmpt sys. So we want, where is my editor? So libopenmpt sys, and it was version 0.30. So it seems that this one worked out. So Rust Analyzer is complaining about something for the following command: handle users. Okay. Default run target, app not found. Yeah, I guess this one will need to be retro pulse then as well. And maybe we should simply call this retro pulse. I have no idea if it doesn't maybe like the camel casing there. So this should then work out actually once it's compiled again. Okay, so now where's our main RS actually? Here. Okay, so this is the usual Tauri startup run thingy. What is Rust Analyzer now complaining about? The package config path and variable is not set if you have installed the library. Yeah, that's because libopenmpt can't be found, because the sys library seems to only link against this thing, which makes absolute sense. So let's see if I can find libopenmpt here. Search. Yeah, that seems to be nice. So let's quickly install libopenmpt on my system. Okay, so it seems we now have a libopenmpt, and so now the Rust Analyzer should be able to find that thing, but it doesn't yet. That it should actually. Panic, the dist configuration is set to out, but this path doesn't exist. Yeah. It doesn't exist now because we never built stuff there. Okay, that's fine. So I guess what I want to do now, for now, is without actually even, or maybe we could. Let's directly implement this two-way communication stuff there. Let's just create a button which allows us to run a command on the backend, and then we can use this function in the backend to trigger all our libopenmpt stuff and get things going, or at least try to. So how does this actually work here? So actually we have something like the Tauri. No, that's so. We define a simple function there, okay, and then we simply give it the Tauri command annotation there. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so I guess we can do something like that. And what I want here is I want not only to return that, I want to log something to the console as well. So let's print line that to the console there as well. And now how do they register this thing? We need to kind of do something like that. So let's copy that as well. So what it wants to do here is, I guess this can go and this will stay. So what we have here is invoke handler, generate handler greet. So there is a macro to generate a handler, accept a list of command functions, creates a handler that allows commands to be called from the JS with invoke. Okay, so we now kind of have registered this function here. So now we need a way to call it from our JavaScript side. This will need the library there. We can actually do this on our own, but why should we when there is something that we can actually use for that? So they have a JavaScript library for the JavaScript side, which should allow us to actually, I'm not 100% sure how this entry point here is called. Page, yeah, there we are. So this is our main page here. That is what we saw when we opened up the thing. So maybe we should kind of remove all of that stuff in here and only leave us with the base container, I guess. And I don't think that we need a footer at all. I mean, we will later on create a proper styling here, of course, but I think that we don't need that now. So what we actually want here now is, oh, we need a component there, which is, how do we actually do that? So one important thing to notice that all Tauri JS apps require access to browser-only APIs. So I guess we need a client component. can only be used. Yeah, they only can use that the client component. If you don't need a server computer at the very top of the page file in this guide, however, you will create a separate component so that we don't have to convert the whole app. Yeah, essentially this, I'm not 100% sure that this actually will work if I just do that in the primary main page here. I'm not sure that this actually can compile then, but let's create a button here. Yeah, something like that. And then just do something like action, something where we can actually attach to. And this one will have an on-click handler, which will then call something like action. Or we could actually directly invoke this thing there. So how do we do that? Actually, we are calling invoke from this. Okay, let's use this import here. And let's simply call an invoke here. So it's an invoke. It'll return a string, which it might not in the end even, but okay. So, and it will invoke. Okay, so it seems that we simply provided the data like that. However, that's kind of an interesting syntax, but okay. Now I'm a little bit intrigued how they internally actually generate that stuff. But let's see. Invoke greet there. And if I've understood correctly, this will return a promise, which we don't actually care about here in this moment. We could actually. Yeah, okay. Let's quickly do something like we want the function handle click, and it will do something like no, what have I done? I've mixed fat arrow function with fat arrow functions with function declarations. Handle click, and it will essentially do something like, let's give this button a reference called button ref. No, yeah. And we create a button ref here, button ref, let's use ref, and we will need to import that, and we will make this const, and now we should be able to, why is it complaining about that? So do I actually need to put a value in here? Yeah, okay, I need to put a value in there. So, okay, yeah, so to start it up with a value, null ref, and then it works. Okay, nice. So, yeah, so let's put this maybe above the function, and maybe I want the function to be a fat arrow function, just because I like them better. So we have the handle click function there now, which should actually do something like button, and I want this one to be asynchronous as well. And the button ref.current.disabled should be true. And this doesn't work actually because it might possibly be null. Yeah. So let's do something like, no, wait, what? Okay, then let's do button ref. If it's not, but it must be. Once the handle click can actually be called, the button ref must be not null. So this actually should be, should work. So let's do that. And now let's do the invoke greet name world. I don't care, something like that. And this actually we want to await, and once the action has finished, we want to enable the button again, something like that. And now I guess we can simply do this one here and say handle click. And maybe we should do something like if button ref.current disabled, then simply return button ref. No, I've made the exclamation point at the wrong position. So if it already is disabled and somehow the handle click is called, which should actually be not possible, but you never know, then we simply do nothing there. Okay. So now if I actually render this or start this thing up again, how was it? It was npm run Tauri def or something like that. Then it should actually start up our server and show us this button, and then we should be able to click it, and then it should call the server function. We will see. I have actually no idea if this works. Okay, so it's compiling / and there seems to be our buttons. So if I click this now, okay. So as you can see here, once I've clicked here, it's not styled at all at the moment, but the moment I've clicked here, this thing is actually called on the server, which seems to be functioning really nice. Okay, so cool. So so we have a way of invoking something on the server, even though it's quite hacky at the moment and not nice at all, but I go with that. So now we can actually change this. Maybe we will stay with the greet name here and just leave it like that. And let's do our stuff here in between. Let's change the indent spaces to 4 because no idea why it's configured to 2. And let's see. So now we want to do something with the lib, with our mod player lib here. So libopenmpt sys. So I guess that this one simply generates bindings based on the raw FFI bindings for libopenmpt. So there should be generated bindings here somewhere. There, bindings rs. Okay, so there is a lot of imported C functions and stuff like that. But wasn't there I've read something about an example. To play a module with the use of cpal crate. Okay, they are using cpal, that is, if I remember correctly, a Rust crate, which abstracts audio output or something like that. Cross-platform audio library. Yeah, okay. Okay. Linux, Windows, macOS, iOS, Android, and scripting. Perfect. So this actually essentially works for everything. Nice. Yeah. And they had an example here, didn't they? So examples, maybe? Play RS. Yeah, okay. I guess, okay, that's a little bit of code there. So I guess we can kind of try and use this as a basic thingy there, but I guess we will need cpal then. So yeah, let's get that into our source story cargo add cpal. So let's add this to our project as well. So yeah. Window, all kinds of different Windows stuff. Maybe there is a feature set there which we can disable this stuff with, but for now let's just see that we get things working. So how is this actually working here? So it has some sort of module here which we should have there or provide there. So I guess the first thing that we need to do is we need to show some sort of file open dialog, I guess. Tauri file chooser or something like that. How do we do that? Is there actually dialog? So native system dialogs for opening and saving files. Perfect. This package is also accessible when in Tauri conf is set to true. The APIs must be added to. Okay. It is recommended to allow list only the APIs you use for optimal bundle size and security. Okay, so I guess let's kind of copy that and put it into our, what was it? Tauri conf JSON or something like that. And where should it be? Tauri allow list dialog. There, allow list. So dialog. Oh, it's already proposing to me all these things. So what we actually need is we need open. I want the open dialog to be allowed. Okay, so how does this actually work then? Open dialog. Wait. Open a file directory selection dialog. So, okay, I guess I can simply import that one and then await open multiple true filters. Okay, we are configuring that one, and then what do we actually get back here as an information? Only the file name, or open? It will return a promise with a string or a string array. Okay, so we get the file name. So I guess we will need to show the file name then, and then we will pass that to our function. So yeah, I guess we can do that. So let's maybe change our function a little and call it something like play module, and we will call this one file path, and it will not return anything actually here. And we simply do something like playing file path, and we are removing this. And this will now be called play module. And let's see. We will need our page TSX, and we will do something different here. For now, this is play module, which will be file path, which we will fill then with a file path, which we don't have yet. So first of all, let's do something like, how is actually a button defined with Tailwind to look like a button? Yeah, why not? Okay, so I guess in the end we will use ShadCN or something like that, but I don't want to do that yet. Okay, so what we now need is this dialog API. So we are importing, importing open from Tauri API dialog, I guess it was dialog. Yeah, there. So, and then I guess we can do something like const file path equals to await open dialog options. And now I need to take a look again at these open dialog options. So these open dialog options were, oh yeah, okay. So we can kind of copy that, even though I'm not sure I even want a lot of options there at the moment. So let's see. So I guess multiple is false. Filters, let's do something like mod. And I have no idea actually. I know some things. Maybe we should first of all get a mod file to test things with. So let's go to modarchive.org or something like that. Let's just go to the charts. I don't know, top favorites, something like that. Let's click this one, and let's first of all listen to it shortly. If I'd done it right, you should now be able to hear that as well. Maybe let's reduce the loudness of that so that you can actually understand me. I have no idea because I can hear that until I finish the recording. So yeah. So I hope this works out. If not, if there is any problem, then please bear with me. I can't, unfortunately, I can't fix that after the recording, but we will see. We will see. So yeah, why not? Okay, let's download this one here so that we actually have this one. How was it called actually? It's called to something, 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 something. Let's maybe copy downloads to... There it is. So it's an S3M, whatever format that is. Okay, so for our testing purposes now, let's go ahead and just do S3M here. So we actually allow S3M files. And yeah, once we have this file path, we should most likely check this can actually return null. Okay, so if file path equals null, then the user aborted the dialog, I guess. Or if it's not, yeah, if it's not, didn't I do that? If it's not null, then we want to invoke this. Otherwise, we simply enable the button again. Okay, so if we did this correctly now, and we start the app, so npm run Tauri def, I can't seem to remember this command, always need to think about that, then it should actually compile. I guess it needs to compile a lot of stuff there because we added a lot of stuff there. Okay, it, wait, what? Oh, did I somewhat remove the... Oh, I removed the braces here, which actually kind of output the file path. Why did I actually remove that? Something a little bit strange, but okay. So, oh, the def thingy rebuilds automatically once we change something. Oh, that's nice, actually. That's actually nice. So now a button should appear here, which should actually be blue. Yeah. Okay. So now if I click it, it should actually show a dialog. Okay, there we are. So now can we open that and get the... Okay, actually this one worked. So it actually gave us the path here and called the function. That's actually quite nice. So if we do that again, yeah, so I guess now we are at a point where we can actually try and play this. So let's go back to our thingy here, which was the example here. So let's try and see how this actually works. So they have a struct module, which seems to be some sort of handle as a pointer to an OpenMPT module. So this seems to be the basic thingy here. Then it has an atomic Boolean inner arc, which seems to mark the end of the playback. We have a module, we have read, which I'm not sure, OpenMPT module read, interleaved float stereo. Okay. So does this return anything? Maybe we'll need to take a look at the OpenMPT documentation, I guess. I mean, I could steal this simply, and so this seems to be a log function for OpenMPT. Okay, the main function. What does it do actually? It kind of reads the data into memory. I see. Then it creates the module from memory. Okay, so it gives it the data pointer. It gives it the len. It gives it the log function. Then it gives it a lot of null values there. Okay, we will need to take a look at how this one works. Then we ensure that it has loaded. Then it seems that we create an atomic again. I guess that is to have the system in different threads, or is this function maybe called from a different thread by OpenMPT? But I don't think so, actually. So let's see. Then we are initializing CPAL, getting the default output device, getting supported configs. Okay, so this is the desired config. I saw this up here somewhere. It's simply kind of checking, I guess, the configuration to have 2 channels, to have a floating point 32-bit sampling format, and to have a sample rate of 48,000 kilohertz. Okay, I see. 48 kilohertz. So some support. Okay, so then with the sample rate, it seems to open a stream and then build output stream, mod handle, read. Okay, so if I understand this correctly, it's filling data. So this function here actually, okay, this is actually reading the module chunk by chunk and transferring it into data. Yeah, okay, data as a mute pointer, as a mutable pointer. Okay, that actually makes sense. So this is kind of, it's kind of built inside out, because we have this CPAL audio def, which we use to play something back, and we have this one read the data every time it needs new data to buffer, to play, to whatever, and it uses the callback here to do that. Okay, I see. Okay, and then we are kind of simply waiting for the playback to be over. Not sure that is actually the best way of doing that. However, yeah, actually, why not? I'm still a little bit... okay, that's why they have a struct to transport this self into here. Actually, is that... yeah, it is. Oh, it's moved. So it's moving the mod handle thingy into there. So the mod handle here actually is... wait. No. So the wait, what? Now I'm not... maybe did I do... wait. Struct module is... this one is it's okay. It's a module. It's this handle thingy there, but if I understand correctly here, this is just creating a mod handle, a raw mod handle kind of, that is returned by this thing here. And then, oh, okay, then it is redefined. Oh God. Yeah, okay, I see. They couldn't have called this mod or something like that, or module or whatever. Okay, it's overwritten. It's shadowed by this mod handle here. I see. And this is then our struct. I see. Yeah, so I guess we can more or less steal this code. Maybe we should. Let's for now just kind of steal this code, and we will need to make it neater and better and wrapped later on anyways. So let's for now do that and get something working there. So we take all this imports here. We take these functions here for now. We take the module struct here. Yeah, not sure if we really need that, but maybe we need to, because maybe the function called here needs to be thread safe, or so it needs to be sendable, I guess, maybe. So what is that? That is our kind of log function there. Yeah, okay, I see. That's the declaration of the log function. I'm not even sure why this is actually... interesting. Okay, so what we then have here is we don't need that. We need this kind of code here. Let's see. So this kind of goes in here now. And this double main function goes. And then we need something like file path here. and it should actually kind of maybe work already. Let's see. Maybe not. We will see. So let's click this one, and then we will... Hey there, Mr. Jacob here from the future. First of all, I want to promise you that I will fix the audio problems for the next recording. For now, I want to tell you what I'm actually saying there, because you can't understand it, I guess. I'm very happy that the player actually works now and that we can hear the mod music, but that due to the sleep statements that we have in there to keep this thing playing, the whole player thread hangs, and that we will have to find a better solution for this in the future. Let me stop this. That's actually quite some nice result for now. We have bootstrapped our Tauri app. We have bootstrapped our Next.js app. We have actually the capability to load a mod file and to, more or less play it. And we took code from all kinds of different places to do that, and now we need to, I guess, refine that in the next sessions and to make it a little bit more sleek and to make it work right and to make it work in a way that we actually want it to, and then we can go over to styling and then we have our mod player. But for a first step, this is actually quite nice. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this little bit different session there where we get to go and learn new things and to bootstrap something to work on that in the future and in the further sessions. Maybe the next session will not continue directly here. Maybe the next session will be something different, or maybe it will continue here. I can't tell you this now, but as you know, I've always kind of done the sessions a little bit interleaving it themselves with other content here and there, just to make different content for all the different people that follow this channel and all the different people like different stuff. So yeah, I hope you had fun and on this journey with me together, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. The thumbs up is always appreciated and helps me and the YouTube algorithm to show this even more people. And of course, if you have any questions or want to talk to me, a comment is always welcome, as well as many people do. Write me a message there, or if you have any questions, just ask there and I will try to answer. So yeah, I hope you had fun and I see you in the next one. Bye!